Hello everyone. My name is Yanni. I'm the co-founder of EagleMMS, and today we're doing a case study on a 22 GMC Savannah utility van that got sideswiped. I have some damage photos over here. Basically wiped out the bumper, fender, the front door, the sliding door, and then took some damage on the quarter. It also had some damage on the opposite side quarter. I've redacted these photos because it is a company truck and I want to protect the customer's info. But I got the estimate right here, and we're going to be writing that in Eagle with an inventory I've chosen that's most similar to the shop. This is an AkzoNobel shop. It sprays Lesinol. So we're going to go ahead and write it and look at the difference between itemization and rate pay. And I can tell you this particular claim does involve some paint capping at $1,000. So let's take a look at the difference here. So write in URO. This is a commercial vehicle, so I'm going to be selecting this so I can get the commercial models. This is a 22 GMC. And it's going to be asking me for a paint code. This is just a plain white, so I'm going to be doing 9753, plain white. And this is a utility van. So we're looking for a new front bumper. The fender extension's being replaced, but the regular fender itself is being blended, so I'm only going to do blend there. We're doing a new front door, a new slide door. I think we have 10 hours on this quarter, on this side panel here. So the right side is 10 hours, the left side is 8 hours. And that is going to be it for refinish selections. All right, I'm going to do some hinges because the hinges on the side door were damaged. I'm going to do a total of 12 hours of dent time. This car actually, as written, does have a fair bit more. It's at, I think, about 24 repair hours. But I'm going to be writing this pretty mildly just to underline the differences here. I did forget the rocker. The rocker does have some damage on it. No hardware, no individual checkouts, no markup. I'm going to be hitting apply. And we're looking at $2,600 in paint materials, $200 in body materials, and let's take a look at what this invoice looks like. So I'm going to blow this up real quick. So we're at $2,800. Basically, half of this vehicle is being repaired and painted, if not replaced. We've got our paint materials, non-sprayable paint materials, wet sanding discs, buffing, polishing compounds, booth filter degradation. Then for body materials, just your basic coarse abrasives, fillers, glazes, primer and activator, and then masking for priming. So $200 in body materials, and we're looking at $2,600 in paint materials. Now, on this original claim here, if you look down into totals, I can't see what the refinish hours or the rate was, but you can see it's been capped to $999. Now, this particular job, I believe, takes place in, this claim took place in Virginia. And if we just look at the resources tab here, there actually is an SCRS query of each DOI state commissioner's response when queried on paint capping. And I believe for Virginia, we have a response that favors the consumer. So this was 20 years ago. You can see how little in this industry has changed in 20 years. Insurance companies may not arbitrarily limit the amount of money they reimburse for paint materials. I mean, that's a pretty reasonable response. You can't look at a job and just say, materials can't exceed this threshold. The same way you can't do it for parts or for labor or for anything else. The claim has an objective cost associated with it. That's going to be what it is. You can find this online, by the way. 35 out of 50 states commissioners gave a favorable response to the consumer that paint materials can't be capped. So yeah, that's where we're at on this one. You're looking at a difference of about $1,800 in total materials, with $1,600 of that being literally just paint materials, and this is list price with no markup. So if you're interested in learning more about our system and how it works, feel free to visit us online at eaglemms.com. You can catch one of our weekly Tuesday sessions, by hitting attend webinar and registering for the access link. We run a call every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern, where we talk about itemization as an alternative to rate pay, why it's a more accurate and more well-documented process for the materials portion of your claim. And just in a broader note here, if this stuff isn't being written and it's not being paid for, then it's likely not being used. And if it's not being used, it's likely at a detriment to the consumer. So I'm all about safe repairs and getting a value repair to the consumer. And materials is absolutely a part of that. So if you want to learn how to document materials at list price, regardless of manufacturer, for paint materials, body materials, clips and fasteners, feel free to visit us. And we look forward to working with you. Take care.